What's going on, everybody? Today we have one of our hardest challenges yet. We have to rank the greatest WWE rivalries of all time. So I got a tier list. We're going to go through it. Let's see who's the greatest. Stay tuned to the end to find out. Let's get into it. Yay. Alright, everybody. So as you can see, we have our list in front of us, and we're just going to try to get right into it with no cuts and mainly just my raw opinion on some of these rivalries. I mean, look at the guys we all have on here. We have about like 20, I'd say, or something like that. It's not that high of a number, but let's just get into it. And if you want me to do this again, I've seen a couple more lists on here, so like and comment down below if you want me to do it again. And we'll do one that includes every single company. So let's get into it. We got Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Now, two guys that I grew up watching because of, how long they've been in the business going at it. I mean, ever since that chair shot, I mean, look at what it's done today. And it's psychologically been a very strong rivalry. Like certain things that happened, like when Roman lost his title, because he wanted to give the chair shot to Seth Rollins. It was like, wow, he got you again type of thing. So therefore, I got to give it the S tier because I feel like by the time it's all said and done, that's where it will be. So I'll give him its credit while it's due. Now, I already know what you guys are going to say. Like, come on. I don't think anything's going to be in the D tier. Like, you got to be more whatever. And, in the wrestling business, you got to be allowed to have your opinion. So just trust me on my rankings. Please don't hate me. We got Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair, two of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. Automatic S tier because of, the history they had and the matches they've had. I mean, go look back and watch for yourself. Their rivalry was, one of the best during its time. So, gotta go another S tier. We got Shawn and Chris Jericho. Now, this rivalry was really weird because it felt real to me. Like, something about it made me feel like these guys didn't like each other for real, and I don't know. For that, I'm going to give it the A tier, though. I'm not going to give it the S because, it's all said and done already. But I'll give it the A tier because of the matches I've seen and how real it felt to me. Oh my God, Rock and Stone Cold. I'm going to give it the S tier. Two of the greatest of all time. Strongest rivalry. This rivalry was kind of needed in the business. And there's a couple of those on this list that the business needed to be where it is today. So, obviously got to go in S tier. All right. Now we have Edge and John Cena. Now, people look back, and this was one of John Cena's first big rivalries at the time. I mean, it was when he was kind of entering his prime and winning a lot of WWE championships, and it mainly started with having that rivalry with Edge. So, therefore, I'm going to give it the A tier, but it could be an S tier depending on who you are, All right. We got Roman and Brock Lesnar. Two guys that main event WrestleMania together like 6 times or however many times it's been. I mean, you had Roman, who was becoming one of the biggest stars in the company, and then you had Brock, who was already the biggest star in the company. So I think these two, needed each other. I don't see Roman wrestling anyone else to be as big as he is today, other than Brock. So I'm gonna give it because it's still going today. I'll give it A tier, and when it's all said and done, it'll probably be an S. So. We got Vince and Stone Cold, one of the best rivalries of all time. I mean, it kind of made Stone Cold who he is today, so we got to give him the S tier. Made him really big, and it was one of the biggest things going on in wrestling, and is one of the main reasons that they even beat WCW. I mean, come on. I think, yeah, okay. We got Shawn and Undertaker. Look back at how long their rivalry has lasted. I mean, from it being Shawn's last to them when they started out wrestling in the 90s. I mean, just an all-around great rivalry. It's another S tier for me. That match, their last match alone is what solidifies it as an S tier. All right, we got Randy and Triple H. Now, look at the history of these two. Randy starting out with Triple H and Batista and Ric Flair and what that became, and look at the legends it created. Well, Triple H was already, getting there. Ric Flair was already a guaranteed, solidified, greatest of all time. Honestly, like, it was really special to watch, and just to see where they are now, that's why I gotta give it the S tier. Then we have Randy and John Cena, a rivalry that I grew up watching literally my whole life. Another S tier for me, just personally growing up watching it. Some of these I couldn't watch because I wasn't even born yet, but this is one that I, grew up watching. So I'm giving it the S tier because of how special it was to me. We got Roman Reigns and Triple H. it was kind of felt like the Stone Cold and Vince thing, Roman versus the Authority type of thing. But I'm gonna give it, you might hate me for this, but I'm gonna give it the B tier. It wasn't too special to me to watch. I'm like, it was Roman was still the big dog. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give a mama mid. I'm just playing. This is the B tier. This is another mama mid for me. I mean, in 2004, when these two guys were leaving and had that main event, it was like, And then when Goldberg came back, for me, it was still like, okay, you beat Brock. Didn't really matter to me. Gotta give it another mama mid. Then we got Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan, a rivalry that solidified the business and made it as big as it is today. For sure was the first that made it as big as it is today, before Stone Cold and all that. Gotta give Hulk his credit. He did a lot for this business and was, at one point, for a while, the biggest name in the business. So, him and Andre is where it really started. So I'm going to give him the S tier for that. Another feud that I grew up watching and was really special to me, CM Punk and John Cena. Two guys who, one was a face, one was a heel, but the people love both. And you wanted to figure out who was going to win. So it was like, come on. These two guys alone, their promos solidifies them as the S. I know I'm using that word a lot, but, don't hate me for the things I do. Love me for them. Brett and Shawn, Montreal Screwjob, all the history they have together, the Iron Man match, S tier. Two of the greatest in-ring performers of all time. Everyone knows that. Gotta go in S tier. Uh-oh. People are gonna hate me for this. Rock and John Cena. I'm gonna give it, you know what? I'll give it the A tier. I was gonna give it the B tier, but then I'm like, growing up seeing them too, it really felt like real versus real. Like it was another one that felt like they really hated each other. And it was definitely a good one, but nothing too special for an S tier, but I'll give them the A tier. Obviously, two of the biggest names in the business too, because Rock doing movies, Cena being who he was, like it was just two stars going at it. It felt like a celebrity like thing, but it wasn't, because Rock's always been around. Uh, Good old part timer. Triple H and Shawn Michaels, them two alone, all the history they have together, and yeah, I did it. No, I forgot what he said. You damn right I did it. Something like that. Just watching that whole scene was like, these two are just so great together, and have always been. Rivalry wise, I'm gonna give them an A. I'm not gonna give them the S tier. You can hate me if you want, but depending on how it made me feel, I'm gonna give it the A tier. Triple H and Shawn, I don't think it was as big as Triple H and Rock, so therefore I'm gonna give it the A tier. All around, that whole attitude era consisted of these guys, Triple H, Shawn, Rock, Stone Cold, all them guys running it back multiple times. You gotta give them an A tier. Who we got here? Triple H and Batista. Another thing, just like the Randy and Triple H, but not as big. So I'm gonna give it the A tier. But a lot of this stuff has made history because of Triple H has had some great rivalries. Now that I'm thinking about it, this dude knows how to tell a story really well. The whole thumbs down and then all that, pretty good. So um, Rock and Triple H. I think Rock and Triple H was probably, it could probably go in either or. But for me, I'm going to give it the S because of the promos and the matches I've seen. I feel like these two went together better for me than Stone Cold and him did. So, yeah. Brothers of Destruction, how big they are and how tough they are and the rivalry they had. I'm not gonna give them the S tier. I'm gonna give them an A tier because Undertaker has had better rivalries. So I'm gonna give him the A tier, but none of them have gotten C or D, so at least give me the credit for that. Damn. But, I like my list so far. Alright, we got Triple H and Daniel Bryan. Growing up watching this, it was just, I feel like they didn't want to push Daniel Bryan, but the world was forcing them to, and then they used Triple H as that, nasty heel to really make people love him more, and then when he won the belts, it was like the ultimate climax. I'm gonna give it an A tier for that, and, who knows, it probably could have lasted a little longer, but, it was right after Punk left. It's just a lot of history behind it. I'm gonna give it the A tier, because it's, just my opinion. Then we got Macho Man and Hulk Hogan. This one, when I watched it as a kid, it felt like another real one to me. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, the way Macho Man was that heel, like, jealous of Hogan type thing. And, the matches they've had, just because I feel like Macho Man carried a lot more, I'm going to give it the A tier because a good rivalry consists of both sides being, that dominant team together. So, as you can see, this is my list. I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you made it all the way here, give me a yeet in the comments, and I'm going to obviously like and pin your comment and respond with a yeet back because that's what we do in this community. We yeet each other. So, thank you guys for watching this one. Make sure to tune into my next one because I'll probably do this again, but, like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Yeet, bruh.